in grace and
it's not
take
necessarily getting married early.
not at all. Hey, Master, what's because things ought to be in place. Purchasing power, blah blah blah. Those things must be there.
Okay.
So grow in grace. Take your minds from those sexual things, and then just build yourself in the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
God can enable you to stay.
Bishop, Mickey says I should ask you a question concerning the cooking. I don't know why he's more concerned about the cooking. He's saying that can she come in and cook for you? Mickey, Bishop has already answered no.
Cook for who?
Cook for him.
Can the lady come and cook?
You are crazy.
And he's saying that when you go and ask, what if the parents try and cover up?
I'm saying I won't ask the
The
mother.
parents.
Okay.
There must be a way if you want to find
Another
out.
person, Carl.
Another person,
So
and then
you
also
don't come and ask your
visiting. Visiting. If you want to marry LP, go there Sunday evening, Saturday evening, holidays, and see. My best now. That's where you went. That's all. So you go there, you are just the hello. Okay. So couple of evenings, holiday. Want to see whether in future we can marry. So I just saw that, and so I asked this girl in question, let's go to depot, yes here, to visit a policewoman. And so we go to Abekan station, and I asked her, let's take trotro. You know the reply? I made them in for trotro. I said, Jesus, I said, that was the end of it. Me from the village, I made them in for trotro. Oh God. So you don't need God to come in this thing. I realized, or a high person means me a low, and that's all. So some indicators, some red flags that you see, don't ignore them.
Yeah, don't
God is speaking to you.
God is speaking to you.
When it comes to a question that is it right for a gentleman to be spending on a lady he hasn't got married to?
Not at all. Capital no, double no, no.
Right.
Exceptions.
Not at all.
Listen, exceptions. At times, the people are different. Let's say, you are a young person, you have seen a young lady you want to marry, and you realize that the parents doesn't have much.
Okay.
She's sincere, she's doing her own bit, just that, there's nothing. They lack many things. And if you have, you can support.
Okay.
But what I hate is that if the woman is demanding, buy me iPhone 11, iPhone 10, and you have no payment school fees. You are not my wife, Abi, don't worry me. It must come from within my own thing. So don't put pressure on a man who has not married you.
Okay.
And then, in most cases, when the man begins to invest in you without marriage, he's going to have sex with you.
Okay.
Most of the time. Yeah, so if you don't want a man to sleep with you, that's why you need to carry yourself and do something before the man take advantage of you.
So free will, the person.
Oh, sure, there's no problem if your birthday he comes in and gives you money.
Yeah, or gives you iPhone 12.
Look at that. He's talking about iPhone 12. You see, well, that's not about. The one thing I hate is that at times it's like, hey, also by one, so hey, now so by one. So what are you talking? Give me a break now. Have I married you? Before I met you, weren't you eating? So I hate that pressure. That a woman who have not married you, you are giving me pressure. For my own self, hey, hello, come and take this thing. I want to momo you 20 Ghana. That's big. I worked with the friend for 2 years. I only bought a shoe a month before we married. But she was supplying me Milo and other stuff.
Her grace was different.
I said,
can I read a few comments, please?
Why not?
And Kenneth Asante says, wow. Isaac Minta says, someone who can give good sex, good cook, who is courteous and respectful. Well, Bishop.
What is it?
Well, his comment, okay. Boshaba Aidan says, Mickey, go to Las Palmas.
Kwame has graduated. No more.
There is time left too, so.
Okay.
Alex Sechi says, Bishop, if the woman can perform all the domestic duties excellently, but can't cook, what is your opinion about that?
Well, Asafu Sechi, thank you very much. For me, my preference is that excellent duties include cooking.
Okay.
That's me.
That's true.
Because a woman, two major duties. How to have good sex, give your body well, communicate, play a part during sex and food. This is the two things my father taught me. So excellence duties, without these two, for me, it is questionable. But as I said, there are some people today, things have changed. Sure. Somebody can come and cook for the family. I mean, at times, because very important. I mean, people, the way they work, they are too busy, that's good. So if a family can afford, why not? Yeah. That's why I say, but me, as a young person, if I'm in your shoe, these are the things I want to see. So, also for I will never run down any woman who can cook as a bad person. But me, I won't marry that person. That's all. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But then if maybe because of the work you do, you are busy and somebody can cook for you, that's fine. But me, I'll never allow any woman to come to my home and somebody cook for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that is so. I would also like to ask that what would you say is the best way to manage our time? Because I believe timing is everything in life. Now, since timing is very, very essential, when do you take certain decisions? When do you decide to even move out of your house? There was a time I think I heard that this well-known name, Seconds, he decided to stay with the family for a very long time because he decided to store money so that as soon as he moves from the house, he knows he's going to his own stuff. And then someone too would say that the more you live with your family, the more you become dependent on them, and then it either retards your growth. So in that case, what do you think is the best thing to do?
Well, you are right. I'm sure I don't go to be young man forever. So the part of this world, somebody says life begin at 40. I'm sure now they've changed it because life begin at 18. So time is important, but people are different. There are some family members, you can live with them for a long time. For example, my in-law, I've seen that until Kwefuko, most of my brother-in-law's wives, they were with her for a long time. There was no problem. So it depends on individual. There are some parents that if you are with them, there's no problem. You can go to work, make your own money, they won't quarrel. They will never worry you, they won't put pressure on you. So you need to know the kind of people you call them parents. But I would say that looking at life, if you are, maybe you are studying medicine, probably 25, 26 before you graduate. So that's it. I will tell you, after first degree, you begin to work, move. Yeah. If
including a lady.
What are you looking for? Okay, you are talking about a lady. Yes. Okay, so let's begin with the young men first. But in most cases, ladies, I'll be happy that you live with your parents until they marry you, if it's possible, because of the disadvantages of the women part. But I'm talking about men. I left home before 16 years. And I'm married. So if it is possible after first degree and you are working, why are you living with your parents? But as I said, there are exceptional cases. Probably maybe your dad is old, nobody's in the house, need to be there to do some few things and other stuff. So this is not something that it can be applicable to everybody. But if it is possible, get some medication, get a job, and then move and start life early. I think it will help. Yeah, it helps a lot.
So that is still talking about time. I would like to ask that, we the young ones again will go like, I am growing, especially the women, because we know that women at certain ages in life have issues with childbirth and all that, so they would want to get married earlier and then give birth earlier and all that. And then we the guys too, you know that, the last time I called my dad and he asked me, he told me actually that, Metisa wono, no ma worry. So what are you waiting for? Wow. You see, so in a way, it is some sort of a pressure. Because if you are not certain, or if you are not really certain about taking that step, then what do you do? Because I believe that is one of the challenges that we, the youth, are facing.
Well, as I said, again, it comes back to individual. For me, if you are working, you have trade, you have education, you are working, you have income, you can take care of yourself. It is possible by 28, 26, 28, a young man need to marry. Very important. For me, I'm not going to allow, I have biological and spiritual science, millions. But biological, you won't cross 27. By 27, you need to marry. What are you waiting for? I have one daughter. She's not going to cross 24. No. Oh, yeah, then. Highest 24, 25, you need to marry. Young man, like, than I am, 27, oh, because I don't want them to have premarital sex. Get education, get a job, start life early. 27, I first go here, because the truth is, for example, me, I want to have living legacy. Meaning, the work I do, like Joshua, he said, as for me and my family, we shall serve the Lord. I don't want my children to have tainted lifestyle. You know, by the time I could have been so for I train France, me, I don't want that. And life is about choices.
Sure.
So after you have graduated first degree, you have a job, marry straight. It will help. So that's me. So generally, I will encourage young people, if it is possible, and don't forget this one too, it's not a rule for everybody. If it is possible, by 28, marry. We have exceptional. At times we may hit 30. We may school by then. So exceptional cases, if you have not graduated, if you don't have income, then age is not the problem. But generally, if it is possible, after 30, they watch it. But I know I have people like Kojo and other people.
They are waiting on
They are waiting. Okay, they 34. As a matter of fact, why now? I got married 27. So by 34.
Now a woman.
I mean, right now, my first son is 27. So if I'm 55, you see, by 28, no, but if possible, and listen, no woman, so you look at you. When I got to marry, I was not like you. Look at the old head I was how handsome you are. Look at Kwame. Why you fine? Maybe they didn't go yes, but by faith.
I saw the picture.
Come on. Look at you.
Sikani
Bibia, look at this man. You and Bismarck. When you're fine. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. Anyway, so, and don't forget, it is not sin to marry even after. No, it's not a sin. But as I said, if you want to avoid sexual immorality, because for me, thank God we have people like you are more shepherds. But Mema party, I can't know you. I tell people are bragging, but almost in the truth is, most men had girlfriends. That's why they waited before they married. We go grandson. Me, I don't want my children to have girlfriends. No, not at all. Get education, get first degree, get a job and marry. Yeah. That's it. Here am I. I mean, I'm not rich, but if you are looking for poor people, I'm not part. Yeah. God is God now. So, and the truth is, can't go see that man. The truth is that what are you looking for? What are you waiting for? Because at the age of 40, still at the open on Sanga. So look for your level, get first degree, get some job, make sure you are settled. Don't depend on somebody. Now when you cry, look for your size and start life, and God will help you. I will never encourage anybody who is even 40 without job to marry. No. Even if you are 50 without job, don't marry. But 28, you have a job, you have income, inflow, that you can pay your rent, you can take care of a woman. What are you looking for? Because men who are over 30 years that are virgin. So they say, okay, grow before. But what are you talking about? Yes, okay. So me, I don't want that kind of tainted lifestyle. And so if possible, get job, get income, and marry. At least, if possible, 28 or 30.
So I think these revelations that you are giving us, these answers that you are giving us, have really brought some revelations, because I just remembered that there's this thing we call fear, which is a very bad thing. But I think as much as we know it, it really lingers in our heads, because sometimes you are scared. Because as you were explaining the things, I was just thinking through it, and it just dropped that sometimes it's not really about the money and everything.
The fear to take responsibility.
To take that step.
Yes.
Yes.
So how do you deal with that fear?
What ifs?
So the only way is God now. You are a Christian, you are a child of God. Your tomorrow is the hands of God. That's all. So have hope in Christ. So as I said, look at me. Master, me wine. But I realized already I don't want to fornicate. My body no mean to me also. My 27. I want to marry. You are my source. So help me. Yes, as a young pastor, they used to give me 1 Ghana a month. The wife to be to 1 Ghana a month. So both of us, 2 Ghana. That's why we married. And I tell you, only one day we didn't eat. After 1 year, God provided till tomorrow.
Wow.
So, see, today you are looking for, unless I get this, unless I get that, and then you are afraid. What if?
Yeah, the confidence to go
But
ahead.
where is the God you are talking about? Your tomorrow is in the hands of God. Now, I will tell people, don't marry by faith if you don't have a job. But if you have a job that have some influence, what are you waiting for? Don't fear. Take that risk because, watch this, you can never fight and win the battle if you are not a risk taker. And here we are. So, for me, you are right. The fear of unknown. And then when I go to marry, because nobody is sure about his tomorrow. But if you have first degree or you have education, you are working, you have a place of your own, you can take care of yourself, you have some money. Because for me, fornication and early marriage, I'll go for early marriage with work. Because I tell you, I don't want to miss heaven. And I want to, as I said, I want to leave a living legacy. Yeah. I don't want tainted lifestyle. Christ, I mean, there are some things. I married somebody who was a virgin. We didn't have sex. I can say it. How many people can say that one? Well, whatever you say, they say whatever. Well, you are talking to me to wait 35. Watch this. In this part of the country, if we're having sex outside marriage, you are a good person, and you are aging. Oh, you okay? Oh, I mean, what kind of world is that for me? I'm talking about Christian pastor. Sure. Because one day God will come. Yeah.
Okay, Boache Jordan says excellent teaching, and Ernest Labi, the man in the building, God bless you. Edmond Asihene Openg, God bless you, Bishop. Thank you so much. We've been talking about the challenges the youth faces in our generation, so you can bring it on if you have any questions, comments, or contributions. Shepherd Nancy.
With the marriage stuff, I wanted to ask that how do you deal with competition that maybe this person has entered into it and now it happens, especially, I won't say the men, but even the ladies. This person has this person has this. And even if they are in your cycle, they try to prove a point that they are there before you. How do you deal with that?
So marital pressure.
Yes, and even generally, money and all that.
As a child of God, my hope is in God. And life, they say, is progressive attainment. So, as a matter of fact, when I met Fiajin for my wife, anytime I go to her, she was working, I have this boo, my hair. I don't know if I have money to go to Baba. Between me, food. When I walk from La Paz to Accra, immediately, the workers from
Accra.
Accra. They say, if you have and then they have like these 2 boyfriend, 3 boyfriend with BMs and other stuff. As a matter of fact, the day we did our wedding, some people, they despise us. Hey, wedding, baby. That's what they said. Because they came to the wedding, I have this African wear simple. My wedding, my time, I say 5 Ghana. If you had 5 Ghana. Yeah, mama, I take my ring. Everything was like 12 Ghana. That's all. And so people were like, what kind of wedding is this? Because I was living in a singing room with a babe, Konya 2. That's all. That kind of cushion cover chair. That's all.
Wow.
This studio is too big. That's all. We stayed there and we had Pastor Bright in that first room. No kitchen. But watch this. We love ourselves. We love Jesus. We were happy. We didn't have one day of regret. Not one day. And today, even if I don't have a house, you can build me one.
Amen.
So that is the thing. So competition, they were running the fair game out. They thought she has made a terrible mistake. Today, most people said, oh man, cancer. You see?
So can you cut them off as at that time? When
you can't cut them off. You cancel your insult with results.
Wow.
Don't cut anybody down. Let them talk. The results show. Only fools doubt proofs. So you cancel your insult with results. Sure. What does it mean? They are now despising you. Work very hard. love Jesus, and then when they were wishing you, God will turn it against them. And before they realize, you will be upper hand over them. One time we went to Achimota Forest to pray, and if you're for her colleagues, they began calling her mama. And I was like, hey, me, they call me daddy. Me, I'm between you.
The same people who despised you.
Results is what you look for. So, yes, let people talk. It is the opinion. And don't that you are not in competition with anybody. Life is different. Okay. People come today, people come tomorrow. Some people, their own come early. Just make sure you love Jesus. Yeah. Don't compare your wedding, your marriage with anybody. God is too special. And a day will come, people will see it and say, wow. Your father went to Canada, he went to US, and then some people met in Canada. You can see their eyes. Wow.
They're surprised.
We want to some force. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Because some people were criticizing us.
Yeah.
You are not God. My destiny is not in your hands. That is why we must never be afraid of taking decisions. Take the step. I will never encourage anybody, take a step if you are not working. If you don't have a place of your own, no. Get a place. Work. Save. Have some money that at least you can take care of your wife for a year. And a woman too, sure, do the same. If you are living with your parents, do some savings so that when you get married and you get pregnant early, you can help your husband. That's all. Amen.
That's
the truth.
Bishop, please, on that point, I want to ask a question on purpose. So I think that one challenge that the youth of today faces is actually knowing the purpose for which you are living. And then with regards to relationship, I know that sometimes in counseling, they ask why you want to get married. So what should that purpose be, and how would you know that as a youth?
Well, as a person, I mean, when I was a child, I behaved as a child. Now I'm growing, so I need to let my childish things. My purpose on earth is to solve a problem. That is, anybody on earth, God brought us here to solve a problem. And the problem from Jeremiah 1:4, before you were born, I knew you. Galatians 1:14-15, the God who took me before my mother's womb. So there's a problem God wanted to solve. So the purpose of living is that you are here to solve problems. And in most cases, when you inquire from God, He will let you know why you are here.
Exactly.
That's number one. Generally, you got to know you are here to serve your Maker. You are here not to add to the problems of the world, but to become a problem solver. Okay, so marriage is in part of your purpose. That is, God says, man must not live alone. I am 28 years, first degree, my common school, I have my single room or chamber hall. At least I've worked for about 2-3 years. I've saved some about 50,000. Maybe one Ghana. And I'm not saying people should go by way. No. Today I want to encourage people do some savings before you marry, because experience are different. So the purpose of getting married is that, as I said, I don't want to destroy my body. This is God's temple. I'm a Christian for God's sake, and I want to disgrace myself. So I want to marry to avoid sexual immorality. Number one. Number two, I want to make sure I have a friend that I can share my life with him or her. At times, I want to take decisions, and I don't know how to do. So I need a wife, a wise woman, or a wise man to help me, because two, they say they are better than one. So one alone, I can't live my life. I need companion, a companionship. These are the reasons why I want to marry. And that's it. I need somebody that I can share my life, my dream with, so that we can make life. These are the reasons. So for me, everyone needs to know why he's here. And when you meet somebody, let's say, when I met a Fegi before, I've already known who am I. So what I would say is that before you marry, know your ministry before you marry. I knew God has called me, so I'm looking for a woman that can help me to Iran. Yeah, so you got to know who you are. Right now, you know your ministry. You're already a shepherd, you have gone to school, you work for the government. We are government worker. Work with you, we train you as a waso. So what are you looking for again?
The waves.
The waves. Oh my God, say bomb pie, they are praying about fasting. And see, it's gonna be your challenge is that the women, they are too many. You don't know who want to do it.
We can't propose to.
And no,
we can't propose.
Yeah, but hey, you can't marry everybody. You can marry only one person. Sure. So look for one that has the same vision. So as I was saying, if you know why you are here, then look for somebody that when he comes to you, why you are here, he or she can help you to get to that where you are going.
Person buys into that.
That's all. That's all. So let's say if when I met a virgin for but I mean person of mommy, I'm married her completely.
Yeah.
And so mommy for fasting.
Yeah. There are some people who say it's open.
So that is why when I was dating with her, I gave her books to write books. Also for notes. And then dry fastings.
Yes.
May 7 days dry, or 3, or 4 days. Nina account. I was testing her.
Wow.
Mondays, I'm going to my 2 news. Preaching for all prepared. I was testing her. That's it. So look for somebody who share the same vision with you, and that's all. And God is in heaven, He'll bless your union. So there's no fear of making a decision, not at all. And then the truth is, if you don't take the decision today, when I go to do so, come to think of it. As a matter of fact, human being, a time may come, you need to stop paying school fees. Now we do 50 years, I feel now about 2 years. I didn't answer many. At the age of 40, I feel now about why? Baby. What is it? Right now, by the grace of God, Pastor Bright is like a brother. Gabriel is like a brother. You meet them and these are brothers. Oh yeah. And let us think about that as well. That is, if it is possible, I tell you, after education, get a job, 2 years, marry after working. Avoid fornication. Yeah. It helps you to have kids. Yes. Early. Papa mupade kawarentem kakranka ye. Me de adwaman no kra amadwen dodo.
Fred Prempe says yes, he is ready. I'm sure he's talking to Shepherd Reggie.
Okay.
And then Bashaba Aidan says, God bless you guys. Great show. I salute Officer Reggie. And then I have a question. The person says, what if it comes unexpectedly? That is becoming a pastor. With that, what do you do? So meaning, as you were dating the person wasn't a pastor or a man of God. Now you've married the person is a pastor.
Sure. I mean, life, at times it keeps changing. It depends on when you get that cross, that break, you need to cross it. Just that the pastor must know that if I'm a pastor, who is going to be my paymaster? Don't say God has called you, so you are going to live without income. Not at all. So the pastor must know that either he's working in the church that has some inflow to help the family. So for me, it's a blessing if God call your husband to be a pastor. Because to be a pastor is an excellent job. Just that you got to know God has called you. And then don't just work in the name of working. You need to have some money to help your family. And
Vivian Ama Mantibia says, great advice, but please, Bishop, please, with the youth of this generation, especially the guys, you marry them living in a single room, but the moment they start making more money and they begin to give big positions, they change and start looking outside, forgetting you who was there when he was at the beginning.
So true.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
We've heard some things like
this. This is so sad. And Mommy, it's a sad thing, and for me, it's a pity to hear this from a woman. This woman probably has gone through a very severe, or maybe somebody has told her some of this experience. What are you going to do? If the money change, look unto God. That is why the truth is that. I look unto God. What are you going to do? God is only your source. That is why when it comes to marriage, for me, work with God and yourself. Don't just marry. Because I tell you, there are some people, when you met them while you were courting, there were some flags, red flag, but you ignore them in the name of love. That's the thing. And so for me, it's unfortunate that you begin with a man, and today the man is probably showing you different color. It's sad, but the only thing is I pray for that person and look unto Jesus. But it is a shame for every young man to do such a thing. I mean, there's no way that I can turn my back on a virgin for. No, having a crime on me. Not at all. The woman now, or there's no kitchen, or the nature actually mine. What kind of life is that?
We're improvising.
Wow. So today you have a place and then you say, no, that's all right. So I want to encourage young people. Hey, you must be able to know that those kind of thoughts, what if, take them out. What are you talking about? Take them out now. You don't entertain fear. You are a child of God, Abi. You are working. What we school year, oh, training.
Oh, training.
I don't understand. Somebody like you, what are you working for?
Today you are ready.
Why you are here?
The light is on you.
Yes, I mean, because look at you. Everything says you are ready. Mickey is ready.
Process the end.
Oh, because if I am your father, you have heard all these stories. And for me, I tell you, I want to please God. I mean, that's my desire. Pleasing God. Because one day we will be here. When we are singing, the Bible says, Matthew 16, what profits a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? So here you are, young woman, you are waiting. Now you're sex. So you see, my B2 completely. Yeah, you may condemn me, you marry her to my mama jamai. Also about jamai. So why me do a job? So for me, gaining eternity is my whole mark. Just that some things ought to be considered, some income. But kakra, life,
Sure.
yes.
Yeah.
Daddy, I would like to ask this one. You know that when a child is born, there are certain places that you pick certain things from, what we call the agents of civilization.
Yes, sociology, yes.
And so, in all that, you need someone to be close to you. That is what we call maybe friends or acquaintances. And it is these same people that we either learn from or pick some things from. So then, how or who do you call a friend?
Yeah.
I'll encourage you that's a good one. You talk about social agents of change. They were told that church, school, work, society, you can have friends who can add or destroy you.
Exactly.
For me, I will encourage every young person, if it is possible, look for role models and mentors, not friends.
Okay.
Friends can be damaging. They can be dangerous. Come to think of it, I didn't know how to drink Guinness. When I was working, a friend introduced me to Guinness. That's why for me, 25 years in ministry, 30 years, I don't have any friend. Because when I was working, I'm in my petition, a friend. So for me, if you're a young person, look for a fatherhood figure, a motherhood figure. Go to her, get advices, because those people are what we call trailblazers, pace setters, generational eye openers.
Sure.
What I know, you don't know. Your friend don't know.
Yes.
And I've been in your situation before.
Yeah.
So I talk with practicalities. So you can have
You actually have the blueprint.
sure evidences. This is not fake. I'm not faking. It is just there. So friends, go for casual. Maybe you work. Hello, hi. God bless you. That's all.
So,
By any decision you want to take, go to God and go to a father. And don't go for fathers who don't have proofs. Never work with anybody who don't have evidence. You will come to think of it. Right now, I've seen Mike Eason as a coach. Because he has evidence. No good team like Blaster will go for any coach who doesn't have any caps or medals. So young people, youth our day, your problem is that you like friends too much. And most of the time in the Bible, we are told, do not be deceived. Evil company corrupts good manners. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Friends, once a while you may have a good friend, but I will never encourage anybody to have any good friend, as they say. Go for fathers. So men like this, and then anybody and many more. So go for mentors. Sit down, ask them questions. This is what I've been. I'm the value of decision. When you were there, what did you do? Like Pastor Bat will call me. And then we are talking. I'm like, wow. So most of I told Pastor Bat, pray for me too. I mean, that's the thing. So decision that he takes, Gabriel will call that day. I want to talk. I want to take this. What do you? It's the best. And for me, that's all you need. So you are right. Agents of change. Friends, koiko, they will destroy you. They don't have experience what they have heard, what they have seen, probably people's stories. Faking, no proofs, no evidence, no scientific proof. So go for mentors, role models. And don't look for people who are ordinary fathers, but people with evidences. Go to them, and it will help you a lot. Most of the time, friends today envy you. Here you are. When you see you have a friend, well, somebody has come to me. I've met a woman. He's an American citizen. So immediately you leave him. He's thinking, so this man is going to leave me here. But if you come in, if I go to Nana, he's a big man. If you come to me that we are going to America, what's my problem? Me, what's my problem? America? What are you going? I mean, state to America, they watch it. That's the thing. So that's a good question.
Yeah.
Go for fathers, mentors.
So Bishop, how do you preach yourself to them, not so they don't involve you into that kind of lifestyle?
Who?
How do you preach yourself to them so they don't involve
Yeah, like
you?
your friends.
Yes.
You don't need to preach anything to them. You are an epistle. They must be able to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, the way you live your life. That's it. You don't need to say anything to them.
Okay.
Just live your normal life and they will see you are different and pursue. You have only one life to live. Don't allow any friend to destroy you.